Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 2nd of April. So we got over the April Fool's Day. Well, we think we did. There's always Brexit. Plenty of fools involved around the negotiations on that, I'm sure. Anyway, moving on. The euro dollar continued to sell off effectively. It did have a half decent rally, got in within a smidgen of its monthly pivot there, weekly pivot even, and has continued to sell off. So at the moment still bearish. Bit of divergence kicking in on the 4 hours here between the prior lows. There's a bit of divergence there sitting on MACD. We got I mean, it's not really helped at all by Brexit negotiations, etc. It's not helping the euro or the pound at the moment. And well, what could it do today? Well, we could see a run up to the daily pivot, of course, maybe a bit beyond. It hasn't caught the weekly pivot or the monthly pivot. There's still sitting there, but it would need something pretty exciting to get those moving for now. So really looking for retracements, maybe to the daily pivot to sell into. Cable, similar story in terms of the weakness. Coming back to the dailies here, did end up pitching fractionally higher than where it closed, but it did have one hell of a ride yesterday. Today, well, it's as we edge closer to a no-deal Brexit, it would look like that the pound may get sold off further. People are obviously still hopeful, and there are those that just realise that it may not be such a bad situation as some are trying to make it to be, but we'll see. I'm sure if it's a no deal, we will see a pound sell off initially at least. So today though, well, it's stuck here. Preference is to the downside again. It took a while yesterday before it just rolled over. It was late afternoon. It carried on pushing through with the odd blip in there with good US data, but we got today for news-wise for the pound absolutely nothing. So all in all, there may be another vote coming through at some point, but for now it looks erring on the bearish side. Dollar yen. Dollar yen again soft to get the yen against the dollar. The dollar's been pushing up quite a strong day yesterday. It's holding up at the moment. We get some key resistance levels here with the 200 and then that trend line above. It does look like it's got further potential to the upside. My preference on this market at the moment, fundamentally at least. It's a bit short with the daily pivot at the moment. A pullback to that may just give it a bit more of a retrace, but a break of the highs here may see it just running up towards the R1, maybe a bit beyond. Certainly had a push yesterday. Pivots are quite pinched at the moment, so maybe a bit restrictive, but we could, as I say, if it continues in this manner, we could just see it push on. Aussie dollar, well, we had reason for the blipping and the data coming through overnight. There is, well, I say overnight, through the Asian session. There was the Reserve Bank of Australia's rate statement was put out there, an annual budget release. So that data's out there, not particularly rosy, and it's expected really, but no cuts again as expected, but it has given back all the gains it made late last week already in one foul swoop, and well, retracements might be buy options, sell options rather. This market's held up better than some may have expected, and certainly I expected at times, and I do wonder, well, is it just going to come back to these prior lows here and see another bounce, or are we going to this time see it roll over? Bigger picture is still bearish, lower highs, lower lows sitting through this market, so it could see it rolling back towards those lows of the around about 0.7. Okay, that's the Aussie dollar, and finally Canadian dollar. I should say that would take a few days, maybe on that Aussie. Canadian dollar strengthened a little bit more. Oil prices are pushing up a little bit more. It's sitting around its monthly pivot at the moment. We're going to see much more to the upside. possibly has got the weekly pivot. I was looking at that as a potential sell point on it's more of a swing basis than anything else, but it's just at the moment looking like it's well, got the potential of the break of the lows here for the downside. If it breaks back above this sort of 34.50 area, well then it's the weekly pivot may be the target to the upside, but otherwise it's looking bearish, looking for the downside. As I say, more swing side than bullish side, intraday trade. But watch out for support. It's got support in the 50 and the 200 below. Not necessarily lots and lots of points available. Okay, that's pretty much it. News-wise today, what we've got left, not a lot really. US dollar, durable goods later on, that can create a bit of volatility, but I was looking through some of the news effects and some of these things. I stopped recording because the volatility had died, and now the volatility may come back a little bit, but even when in some of the biggest days we saw like 15 pips, 10 pips on core durable goods, so not the big mover that is suggested on the likes of Forex Factory, etc., but still one to watch out for. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.